5 foods I avoided on my 140-pound weight loss journey.
Number 1, flour. Yeah, flour's in a lot of stuff, folks. It's in pizzas, it's in breads, it's in cakes, it's in cereals, it's even in sauces. Flour is pretty much everywhere, but unfortunately, it shifts your brain, it shifts all of our brains into the addiction mode. So we've got to be on high alert when it comes to finding flour in our lives. And some people say to me, oh my gosh, what am I going to eat? More on that later.
Number 2, sugar. Sugar is also in everything. I swear, you look at the ingredients and you think, oh, flour, and then sugar's always there. It's always the 1st, 3rd, 4th, 6th, 10th ingredient. My mom always had a rule for me when we went to the grocery store. If the first 3 ingredients are sugar, we're not buying it. If the last 6 ingredients are sugar, we're probably also not going to be buying it. Anything that says cane sugar or high fructose corn syrup is a red flag. It's dangerous. Go as far away from it as you possibly can. Give it a side eye when you walk by it because it is going to kill you. I'm not kidding you. Eventually it will kill you. It causes cancer. It's also highly, highly addictive. And you'll do things like I did when you go all the way down to the street just to buy it. I was just talking to my friend the other day. She would literally leave her house to go buy a can of Nutella because she was so addicted to sugars.
Aspartame isn't much better. So if you think you're doing yourself a favor by eating or drinking aspartame, think again. Unfortunately, it's proven to excite your brain cells to death and it causes premature cognitive decline. It is not good news. So although sugar may cause some of the things Penelope mentioned, more or less. She hyperbolized a little bit. It's true though, I did make her read the labels when she was a kid and she was not happy about that. Some of you might debate whether or not that caused an eating problem or not, but regardless, we want to just have a word of caution for aspartame. Even though it's not sugar, it's definitely not healthy. If you didn't know, sugar is also high fructose corn syrup. When you see high fructose corn syrup in the label on your maple syrup or in some of the drinks you might be drinking, you want to pay attention. High fructose corn syrup is extremely dangerous for your blood sugar, for your heart disease, for your long-term health, for your short-term health, and most importantly, for your weight loss journey. And I mean it quite seriously. You want to avoid high fructose corn syrup like the plague. Equally as insidious and dangerous as cane sugar, high fructose corn syrup should not be consumed by humans and is one of the causes for severe obesity and all obesity today. Number 3, protein powder. Now, not all protein powders will cause weight gain. We've said before in many of our videos how protein powder has been a pivotal point for us in our weight loss journey, but some protein powders prove to put the weight on. Penelope, remember that?
I do. I remember when I would eat this amazing Pea Science protein powder and I thought it was so delicious because it was truly delicious. They had all these different beautiful flavors. Peanut butter cookies, snickerdoodle, chocolate cupcake,
strawberry,
vanilla cupcake, strawberry shortcake. I mean, the list goes on and on. Cookies and cream. Oh my gosh, guys, it tasted so good, but it put weight on me. Every week I'd be in a calorie deficit and I'd still be gaining weight. I'd be like, what is wrong here? Like, I'm doing everything right, but for some reason, why did it put weight on me?
Well, sometimes protein powders are meal replacements, and they're not designed for you to have a meal and a protein drink. Or you could be adding other high-calorie foods with the protein powder, like nut butters or...
I have a very intense flashback to me pouring 4 tablespoons of nutso nut butter in my smoothie and being like, why am I not losing weight?
Right. Right. So it really depends on how you're using your protein powder. So protein powders can help you lose weight, but they can also put the weight on you.
Number 4 is dairy. Now, for all of you dairy lovers, trust me, I feel you. I used to be obsessed with dairy. I used to eat all of the yogurts, the flip yogurts with the M&Ms in them, the Oreos. I used to eat the vanilla sweet yogurts, the honey yogurts. I thought I was doing myself a favor. I was not doing myself a favor except for putting weight on. I ate so much cheese and Gruyere and mozzarella and cheddar and oh my gosh, I was just having a party. Parmesan was my favorite thing ever. I used to fry Parmesan. It was crazy. But I realized that if I wanted to lose the weight and stop plateauing, I had to give up these things. So one of my first steps was actually just going from sugar yogurt to plain Greek yogurt, non-fat, and then I would add stevia. And I didn't even taste the difference. But I slowly was not as addicted to it anymore as I used to be, and it really helped me a lot. And the same thing for Parmesan. Instead of having 7 tablespoons, I'd have like 1, and I noticed a huge drop on the scale. And rather than having tons of cheese, I'd thinly slice my cheddar cheese, and I noticed a massive difference. And it was really life-saving because my acne got a lot better as well. And people don't correlate acne and dairy together, but for me, it really helped me get rid of that acne.
And when you plateaued again, you end ended up replacing dairy with all kinds of other things too. So you went from regular sour cream to almond sour cream. And then you went from almond sour cream to no sour cream now. But that was a really big part of your weight loss journey.
That's true.
Is the stepping it up little by little, and every time you plateaued, changing. And dairy was a big part of that.
That's true. Number 5 are cheeseburgers. Now, I feel like everyone who's super, super overweight just loves cheeseburgers so much. There's something so warm and like hugging from the inside. But I don't know if it's just me, but after I eat a cheeseburger, I feel so bad inside. I feel so greasy. I didn't used to feel that way, but now I do, and I used to at starting when I got really, really overweight. And so one of the things that I started doing was I was like, okay, let me just like deconstruct the burger week by week. So instead of just saying tomorrow I'm eating salmon, the week after I would just do one burger, one cheeseburger instead of 2. And then I do it on an Ezekiel bun instead of, a whole bun.
That's a sprouted grain bun for you folks who don't know about Ezekiel yet.
And then I'd swap out the beef with turkey. And then I'd swap out the cheddar with the thin slice. And then slowly I'd wrap it in lettuce and tomato and all these different vegetables so it was super flavorful and juicy. And eventually I'd change it with a bean burger, which had way less fat and didn't have as much cholesterol in it. So slowly but surely, after weeks and weeks of adjustments, small adjustments, so that my taste buds weren't like freaking out at me, and so that I wasn't freaking out at me, I was able to lose like 20 pounds just from that one change. That one change, it wasn't restrictive calorie counting in that. That was just changing the flavors and the textures slowly so that my body would understand that we're not being restrictive, but we're just changing things up a little bit. And I was able to lose so much weight using that one tip.
Some of you might be wondering, what the heck do I eat if I avoid these foods? And I want to promise you that there is so much awaiting you. There is a whole world of beauty and delight and abundant flavor. And Penelope said to me just last week, Mom, if I had known losing weight would taste this good, I would have started a long time ago. And I never would have had to lose so much weight. But it's a skill that needs to be learned. And we do offer a cooking course inside of our program. If you are interested in learning more about what you could eat, please do schedule some time with us, because we'd love to talk to you so we can learn more about your goals and what foods you can include, not avoid, but that you can step up on your weight loss and health journey. Because I'd like to know what foods you avoid to lose weight. What has been valuable for you on your weight loss journey? Comment below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.